Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Zombie Train, episode 233. I am your host, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man, and I'm here on a route created by our very own Jader, or Durav J, as he is known now. I am in a yard in a town called Yankton. Yankton. I designed this map, but he's been building it. And this is Yankton. Let me hide some things so we can see a little bit better. Turn that off. So here is the town of Yankton as it is from the air. I haven't really looked at it from the ground so much, but it is in every way a big city. Wow, actually. That's really good. I like the highway. Mason be like, oh, you could use my ramps. There you go. Yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. And the highway runs out here and off the map. Does this area have trees or not yet? Or is it just not loading them? I'm getting a new hard drive in a couple days. So, here's a road crossing. We have like a line that goes around here and loops around to here. Wow, that's interesting. That's different. It only has one connection to the rest of the railroad. Huh. Weird. Okay. I guess just for that, just for those industries that are around. But yeah, if I could load all of it and see everything, then I'm sure the place would look even cooler. I like the way things are set up so far. Oh, wow. Nice. Alright, so as this is a train's route review, this route is called the Fox Lake area. And we have 10 categories: creativity, operations, track work, scenery, content, size, time, stock/era, world, and bonus. Now, I'm not going to get into them yet. We started with this diesel, so we're going to start there. Decided that instead of going around and sort of building things for myself, I'm just gonna take what I'm given right now. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is really cool. I like the parking lanes. That's a really nice detail, actually. Okay, so let's get a move on. Yeah. So there is a train over there that has a caboose on it, and there are also some engines in a roundhouse over there, like down the way. Some engines in the Lion Southern roundhouse, I think. Can we zoom in? It'll show us, or does it just not? Oh, okay, yeah. There are engines in there. Are there any in there? No. Okay, yeah, so we'll go over there, but we need a train to take over there. Yeah, that's doable. Okay, so we're going to head out that way. There's a lot of intricate stuff going on in this area, and frankly, I think it's fantastic. Okay, lights on. Back up. I'm just going to use scrub mode for this, for ease of use, and we'll be able to look around more. Control H. There we go. Let's see, we need to throw that one. We need to throw this one. I like the switch stands. This area is very well done. I haven't seen an area that I haven't liked yet. This is something else. This is NYLE or NYNLE or something. I'm not familiar with it, but it's not one of the railroads here. So this is the town of Yankton, and so I made this route. I made the map for this route. I designed the map for this route, and it's a fairly expansive route. We don't have too much of it done, but it's being sort of done one chunk at a time, which I think is really good. Oh, this engine's over there. look over here. What have we got? Mostly diseases. Oh, we've got... Oh! I'll take a blown. Penitent. Or Penitent Lake Roundhouse. Or Railroad. Yeah, okay, hold on. We'll take a blown. I'm gonna leave this guy here. Okay, so... There's a train over there. We're gonna go pick it up. Alright, I'm still in scrub mode. So, very large route, lots of towns, 17 individual towns, and every one of them has a little write-up that goes with it. This is 3267, okay. And so, I'll read the write-up for this one when we start moving. I don't really know what I'm going to do for a world score in some cases, because it's just like, I made the world, I already designed it, it has a lot of ins and outs, different things. Oh no, Hank turntable. Oh no. Come on. Oh no. Well, I think we're just gonna do this. Because Hank turntable. Okay. Do that. Back to what we were doing. Alright, so we're gonna go and pick up that train that's over there. And then we'll continue. Okay, that was a lever. That's a lever. These guys don't. Oh, these guys don't have named levers, which, oh well. It's not the end of the world, but that would have been another little thing. Oops, no, I need to get back to the engine. So, anyways. I actually turned up my render distance a little bit for this so that I could see more, but I'm suffering. You know, hard drive's one of the things that's a limiting factor for me right now here, just because things don't load in as quickly, so you get to pop in afterwards. And then graphics card as well, for just the frame rate. Other than that, the computer handles it fine, but it just doesn't want to deal with it. So we're going to go and pick up that train. So, Lion. Oh no, Yankton. The center of industry. If it can be named, it can be found being made in Yankton. It is the dirty, gritty symbol of an era that seems to be slipping away. Even the new buildings find themselves sustained in days, and unless construction is watched, it just seems like what is there is always that. It just seems like what is there is what always has been there. The huge Union Station fits nicely in an atmosphere of bustle, and the railroad is exposed everywhere one can look. At the same time, an elevated highway cuts through town like a gaping wound. The city's heart beats ragged. It's an old town in a new world. So, that was the little write-up. I did one of those for every town on the map. Let's get over to the train. That one. That one. Over. Over. It's a little bit of a pain to get to this yard, huh? This probably is not the yard for this railroad. This is a long signal bridge. Probably use a pillar in the middle or something. I feel like this should be going the other way. I have to pull out to here, and then back down onto that train. come this is red? Oh, this is over that, not... You might want to move the signal bridge up so that the signals are actually over the middle portion and not the track that's just beyond it, because now it's not reading that I'm coming. When you throw the switch, you dodge all the signals. We'll turn this back down then. Just doesn't like it. Town's too big, too busy, too bustly. I like it, but it's not having it. Okay, so we're gonna head out. So let's look at the map for a second. We're gonna head out this way and then up. Which this is not. Let me see. Let me look at the map. That is Penitent Lake Railroad, and we are on, what are we, Lion Southern right now? Oh wait, that just swoops in from there. I like how there's some stuff set up for us. That's good. That's good for points. Yeah, I need to upgrade my computer so it runs Tane better. That's where my money's about to go. There's Union Station. Oh, it's to Union Station. God. Computer hates me. This is why I can't. This is why I have to delegate recording out to other people in the Horseman for the series. Just can't do it anymore. Pain's not letting me do it. Things look better in the time lapse. So we're gonna head out. We're gonna see what there is. So let's think about this real quick. So I'm gonna try not to be biased towards myself. You can say there's a conflict of interest here when I'm reviewing a route that I came up with the concept for, but I'll try to be good with it. And honestly, the creativity part can mostly be catered to how it was, or can mostly be referenced to how it was interpreted, and not, what the original idea was. Now, I like a lot the intricacies of the track work here in Yankton. And we've got like 4 huge yards. If this is, well, this is 2, 3, 4, 5 huge yards. There's railroads everywhere. We've got 4 major railroads converging in this spot. Or sorry, 3 major railroads converging in this spot, plus a terminal railroad, I guess, is what he built. Which is really cool. It's got all this cool, like, over-under city type stuff like this. This deck could be thicker, but that's just an asset problem, not a Jada problem. He's got these power lines, which I was going to use those. So we've got to stop here. But yeah, he did a lot. He really ran with this sort of concept here. And I like how, yeah, just like it says, the railroad is just sprawling all over the place here. And there's even open spaces. Like, that's good. Parking lot there. This is something that I pointed out earlier. These parking lanes, they make me very happy. So we need to head back this way. Oh, we need to throw this one, don't we? Or did we? Looks like we already threw it. Yep. Okay, so this way, then we need to throw this one. Right? There. Then straight, diverging. Okay. Love K&L models. So, creativity, honestly, just from what I've seen so far, it's hot. It's like an 8. It's like an 8 or a 9. Because there are some things in here that I would have never even thought to do. Like this. This is, I don't know why this makes me so happy, but it does. All these buildings are really cool. You know, it does feel a lot like, I feel like there shouldn't be so much open space in a couple of these areas, but that's not really the biggest deal. Like, something would have been built over here, guaranteed. But the road network is pretty good. And this whole downtown area, it feels built up, even if it's not that many blocks, really. It's built up enough that it feels like there's a lot here. There's a lot going on. What's this? It's like a hospital. Or something. Cola building. And it just transitions from, like, downtown to industrial park. Yeah, looking at it from this side, it's just city. And it's great. So, back to where we were. Yeah. I'll have to make a... That might swing another way, but that's like an 8 right now. Now for operations, oh my goodness, is there stuff going on. I mean, a lot of things aren't named. I noticed the industries are named, though. That's good. You've got tons of complexity, tons of area to play around in. There aren't really any yard leads on these. That's something that strikes me. These large yards aren't really yard leads. There's lots of little industries. He said he seeded all the industries, which is also very good. That's what I'm seeing here, pretty much. Industry names. Well, ooh, that's good. I see where you got that one. There's one that isn't named. But other than that, that's really good. And I looked at them and they seem to be functioning as well. Yeah, that just makes me happy. You know, operations seem pretty good. Just for everything being named. I didn't see any track marks, but let me see. Oh. Okay, yeah. Looks good. Okay, so that's quite a few track marks. That earns like a 7. In terms of operations. There are the 2 major signal bridges, but there's enough tracks here that, yeah, you wouldn't see that many signals around. As for track work so far, and I know we haven't gotten that far into the route, but so far, it's looking like a 9. The track work is pretty well done, and it's very realistic as well. There are just a couple of things where it's a pain to get from one place to another, although that makes sense for the most part. Just a couple of questionable things, like that crossover right there. That's really the only thing that's getting me. But yeah, I'll give it a 9. Easy 9. I don't know why I don't like to give 10s. It just feels like perfection's unattainable. I feel like that's kind of a BS thing to say. because you know 10 is good. I just feel like I can pick anything out. Like, well, I don't like this, but if there's nothing else in the route that makes me go, I don't know about that, then I'll rescind my thing and give it a 10. I'll rescind the 9 and give it a 10. Let's go. Alright, let's go this way. So we need to head back this way. The tracks from here go that way. I need to go to the bridge, so... That's not good. That's a slight issue. So we're gonna go to the bridge. That's a nice ground texture. Alright, is that better? No, what now? Oh, I threw the wrong switch. Is that good now? No. On this side? Where is this? Oh, okay, because we're on the third track there. How about now? Happy now? Yep. Alright, we're happy. What's stuff going on there? Alright, I like it. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Va bene. Now, scenery, there's a lot going on, and it's done very, very well. Oh, next level, 20 miles an hour. Let's try to keep with the speed limit, at least mostly. Scenery is good, actually. I quite like it. This is a slight issue. Oh, that's not great either. You have some goofs here and there, but other than that, scenery is very good. That's not great. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 because most things are good. Now, as for content, it came with a depth pack, and I had him break down the depth pack a little bit. It didn't take too long to download everything else for the route. You know, and that wasn't really that bad at all. A lot of the things are built in. There are a few things from K&L, like Blount here. There are a few things that are off the DLS, like a bunch of things. So, you know, and for a route this big, a couple hundred things is not really all that many. But I need them to lower the bridge. Oh, I like the use of... Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so there's invisible speed limits. Oh, and there goes the bridge. That's a little bit weird. So we're gonna head that way. Nice leisurely. This is like this open channel. I like these bridges. I like that drawbridge. This is good use of some drawbridges. There's a boat. Yeah, everything's quite nice. But yeah, content's pretty good. There's nothing like reskinned for the route, so it's not exemplary. But I'm sure that'll happen in good time. Actually, speaking of reskins, I meant to put something in this thing. I just wanted to show it off. You? Yeah, look. So Mason made these for me. Zion and Skyline covered hoppers to go with the F units. Which, awesome. It's another thing towards the Great Tolbert reskin project. And, like a great many other things, it makes me very happy to receive these reskins. Something I don't really do myself. Okay, so, what's next? Content. Yeah, content. I think because he went out of his way to go and procure specific items that are you know, to go and procure items that, what's the word? That are either DLS or built in, which he did for a great many things. He did a very good job of that. I think it deserves a solid 8 because there was a lot of effort that went into that. I feel like I should have crossed over more when I had the chance. But up here, hopefully, I'll have that opportunity, or is it narrowing to one track? Oh, it's narrowing to one track. Okay, that's fine then. We're going over the Belt Railroad. Which I feel like if the Belt Railroad came all the way over here, there should be more stuff going on over here. But, whatever. It's not a big deal. Wait, why is the headlight off? There we go. Alright, so size now. Let's look at the size. Alright, let's, once we get out moving, we'll get a better idea of the size and how long it takes to get somewhere. But if we look at this map, we've got 3 or 4 towns on it so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one down there is Lyon, which is, as a small town center of innovation. Mills gave way to artistry and entrepreneurial spirit, as the town just too far to be a suburb attracted flocks of young adults budding with new ideas. This concentration spawned the Lyon Southern, which is equally loved and hated by the Lyon townspeople. It's the only town where the NDC&E depot is newer than the LS one, as it has been rebuilt as part of a project to revitalize the city. A technical school is being built on the lakeside as the old train yards are cleared away. Old Victorian houses are finding new lives as the city ordinances prevent the construction of high-rise buildings. Lyon is looking up. So that's a college town, basically. And then we're heading towards Shoreline Junction. Shoreline Junction. A little town which prospered off tourism initially, then became a target for businesses as its good cheap land to throw offices on. Thankfully, the town council stopped this before it got out of hand, but a few high-rise complexes managed to appear out of the forest in the meantime. The railroad traffic through the town has steadily increased over the years, making it slowly less and less of a tranquil paradise. So, we have 2 large lakes here that are separated by... Okay, can you stop that, zooming in and out? Are separated by this strait, which is bridged by this causeway. Alright, we can go 60 now, let's go. Let's go blunt. So we're heading to Peacedale, and it seems to be a good run in between. Generally, though, when I talk about size how it pertains to how well the route was built. So if I feel like the route was too big for its britches, so to speak, if there's too much route for the maker of the route to handle, then you could lose points for that. But because it's being done in bite-sized chunks, you know, this area is clearly done. This area is almost done, and then you just have the tip of the route here. I feel like this is very, very good in terms of sort of knowing where you're at. And the run between towns is nice. This is, you know, quite a few tiles here. I don't actually have it measured, but this is quite a few tiles, and it's good. It's like, you know, this is like the run between, Sugar Creek and Granville on the Iron Horseman, which is one of the longer runs in between towns on that route. Yes, that's Sway. Tap Sway. So, you know, here we are, and we've got these power lines sprung up. Like, this area is the whole 9 yards. The only thing that's odd to me is that different colors of grass on either side. That's not really that realistic. If you had extended this over to that side, which you do here, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. We've got road crossing stuff. I actually noticed the whistle post there. That's points. That's bonus. That's a bonus point. Because, yeah, that's a bonus point. Also a bonus point that you're using the map that I made for you. And that you put Blound on it. It's another one. For just the rolling stock and stuff. So yeah, the size is really good. We're going 60 even. So we'll get to these yellow signals soon, and then we'll figure out where we've got to go. Oh, it's a passing siding. Whoops. So it's yellow signal. We're coming up on that junction lever. Let's come down here. I assume it's because... No, it's not, actually. That's just fine. So where's the red that goes with it? Right. A limited approach. Alright, where's the red that goes with it? It's another railroad crossing. Oh, man. This map is nice. This map is actually really, really nice. And I like how Yankton's yards are just so unfathomably large that you can just straight up get lost in them. I think that's awesome. Oh, block is occupied. Is there an AI train ahead or something? Oh wait, what? This is what's occupying the block ahead? That doesn't seem right. Somebody leave a switch open? Yep. Oh, and that has a regular lever too. Tisk tisk. Let's see, have we got a green heading this way yet, then? No, what now? Turnout is not aligned. That's a cool station, holy cow. Oops, no, don't do that. Alright, so next signal's yellow then. And we don't even know when the next limit is. So I'm not going to do any switching here, I'm just going to go. But yeah, no, the size of this route is very, very nice. The only thing... Well, I mean, I guess you've got to sort of wage war on two fronts. So... Yeah. No, this is good. It's very good. Things do seem a little bit too close together, but honestly, it's not something that's worth complaining about. I like the size. I'm going to give the size a perfect 10. Now, as for time, I was originally under the impression that this, you know, it was either taking a while or that there wasn't really a lot getting done on it. But now that I look around and I get to see all the things that have actually been worked on, I am sincerely impressed with how much was done, period. You know, just sometimes you reach a point where a route is large enough that it doesn't matter how much time you took on it, it's just impressive. I know I would give myself a shouty time score for Olive, but it's sort of not the price you have to pay, so to speak, but that's just how I work. I don't have that much free time. That's a Wildwood car. I wonder what the track quality is. I wonder if it's default. Alright, let's figure out why this signal's yellow. Alright, at least just like, let's slow down. Oh, whoops, I hit stop. Crap, wrong button. In a mile, there's a red signal. Let's look at junctions real quick. Wrong button. Junctions. So we're on that track. We have a 3-point switch that's broken. And so we got to the end of the Y. That was right here. Oh, I bet it plugs right into it, because there's another thing sitting there. So can we route around it? Is that what we did? So middle track, and then right there. That should make it happy. Nope, it's still red. I will figure out what it is when we get to it. So yeah, time, I don't know. I don't know what to give this map for time. I'm thoroughly impressed by how much is done, so it doesn't blow me away. Like, it's not unbelievable, because there was still a lot of time involved. I don't remember when I created this route map, but I think it's worth like a 7 or an 8. Jader's always been an incredibly fast worker, so. Come on, a little bit faster. We still got half a mile to this thing. Now, stock/era. Nothing really seems out of place. I like the whole thing. I like all the rolling stock that has been set up, especially. There's a lot of JR stuff, very, very, very nice. I like how everything's sort of built out for the different railroads specifically. That's really well done. Yeah, there's nothing I can really pick out. The only thing is that the yards weren't all, stocked up, which was probably a good thing for my computer's sake. But yeah, I'll give that an 8. That's an easy one. So I'll give it a, well, yeah, because some of the roundhouses were missing stuff. He did explain why, and I completely understand it. It's because he didn't know what I had, and he wasn't going to give me have me go out and get a bunch of payware for the sake of that. And, I appreciate it. So, yeah, it's passable. Now, as for World is kind of the one where I'm biased in my own direction, which will give Jader a better score. But World, a lot of it matters with just how you treat the world around it. And what I've seen so far is that, there's farms, the industries all do different things. There's farms, there's forests, there's lakes, there's rivers. It's like the world is very built out. And as well, one of my favorite things, all the roads go to the edge of the map. Didn't I just... Wait, what? Shouldn't it be the other way? Yeah. Throw it like that. Get off of it, go back. I don't know what you want from me, man. This is a weird bug. I'm just gonna ease through it and see if there's a problem. So we'll go up to it and see if there's a problem. So yeah, but World is treated very, very well. And add to the fact that, like, I've never seen the edge of the world this entire time. I haven't even, like, seen the inkling of the edge of the world at all. There's so much of water, just for the sake of water. There's even, like, a little island over here. The coastline is interesting. You've got a seaport here. The railways take different paths through, although I'm not sure. Let's just look at this real quick, because they might have fallen into my trap of building curved lines for no reason, which actually does seem to be the case, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, train tracks really like straight lines, and this is not straight. I don't feel like they would bother doing these interesting curved lines through here. Unless they were gonna come along here originally. But we've got a road here. I don't know. I like this area though. Oh, that's some nice grass. That's some really nice grass. I'm gonna have to use that. This area used to be the yard. And then we've got the Lion Southern... Or no, sorry. Is this the... Which one's which? I don't know which one is which. One of them takes the more inland route. Which one? Lion Southern. Lion Southern is gray. That takes the more inward route. So this is Lion Southern. Anyways. Back to what we were doing. We're going 2 miles an hour. Can we... Let's pick it up a little bit. We can go a little bit faster. So, there's that. But yeah, we're on a different railroad now. Or, you know, than the one we started on. This locomotive does not belong here. This is a Lion Southern locomotive, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna scoot through here. So, well, we don't have a next signal either. So maybe that's not so great on the operations standpoint. I feel like there should be another signal up before that junction. There's something wrong with that junction, so I think I'm gonna have to take a point off for that. Also, the inclusion of the I saw the super dartboards, so I'll give it a bonus point for that. So I'll even that out. But you know, the world is treated very well. I like the way things are set up. I like the intricacy of it. Sometimes things are separate, sometimes things are together. There doesn't seem to necessarily be a rhyme or reason for the way things are, which is very much reality. There's all the little things you would expect when you're building a full world. Yeah, that's, the only thing that gets me is falling into the trap of long, broad turns with, you know, things that it's like it's almost a straight line. Here's almost a straight line. That's pretty good. These guys don't make any sense. I don't think they make any sense, at least, unless there's some gradients here that I'm not seeing. Nothing really significant. Maybe that's the point. But no, unless there's a hill in here that I'm missing, that I would see otherwise. Maybe there is. I saw a hill. It's a bit of a slope. Oh yeah, the terrain is very varied. Even out here, the terrain is varied. Okay, that's awesome. I'll like that. I like that. Oh, what the heck was that? Hey, Jader, you missed a spot. It's in the middle of nowhere. But you missed a spot. Tisk tisk. I'm not that evil. I'm not gonna take a point off of scenery for that. But that's funny. Yeah, this area. The tracks are a little bit far apart. That's another thing that gets me. I don't know. There's nothing that I can really find a major gripe with, which is really good. I'm just gonna scoop through here. I want to get to the causeway. There are some weird extra junction levers, though. That might be something that's causing the issue. I like the fence around this. That's a good way to do it. Everything has a little bit of seating, which is very nice. I've gone 12 miles. Wow. Good. Good. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that distance. I'm trying to think of anything else that really strikes my fancy about this route. More reasons to add points or reasons to take points away. I feel like he deserves at least another bonus point. You know what? I'll give him a bonus point for all the cool drawbridges that we've got in this map, and you know, all the cool river crossings that we get to play with. It's just it's something that I'm gonna have to do or have to use at some point. Although I don't have any really big rivers planned in Tolbrin, but definitely using drawbridges like that. It's on the list somewhere. I want to get to the causeway, but it's like I'm kind of done. I've said everything I can say. I'm not going to be one for switching because the game doesn't run well enough for me to enjoy that. We've got all B&M stuff tucked in here because railroad is, quote, most like the B&M. There are 4 railroads on this map, and there's only one of them that isn't in the general area we're in. Either way, seeing such a finished product like this really makes me excited to work more on Tolbrin and get an area actually done. See, this area isn't done yet. But yeah, I think that's good enough. I think that's solid. I like what I'm seeing here. I like the suburbia too. I like the different driveways. Okay, that's something. I'm gonna have to use some of these other driveways next time I start doing suburbia. This is a cool school. I'm gonna need to use that at some point. This running track, I saw that elsewhere as well. And I like how there's towers everywhere. Oh wait, what the heck? Okay, I guess we're not. Wait, I thought the station was up there. Guess we're going this way then. Oh, we're not going over the causeway. Oh wow, this area is great. I like it. We have gone 12 miles. And we've been from one town to the next, and I think that's splendid. That's wunderbar. But we'll just pull up next to the station and stop. You guys gonna swing? There isn't a speed limit over here. So... Oh, well, the speed limit is still 60. I feel like it's a little bit high for this area. Luckily, I'm just scooting through. Hey, this is so nice. Look at that little detailed area back there. Yeah, I'm gonna add another one for scenery, just for the little detail. That makes me happier, because I felt like I was shortchanging the route a little bit. I'm not really sure why. I just felt like I was. I felt like the route deserved a little bit more, and that's what it is. Because the areas that are done are so well done. We're gonna stop at the that's not supposed to happen. And I know we kind of went nuts getting this set up. Oh, I thought that was gonna be perfect. Almost line it up with the front of the piston, which is nice, but I thought I was gonna line it up right with the pilot. Is this station nameable? Because that should be named. I can't control right click on the station, so I'm not sure there's station platforms. Quebec Central Station. I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a building I can click on. But Valley Junction. I assume he renamed it that, but based on what I was seeing on the map, it doesn't look like it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's tally up the numbers. So we've got an 8, a 6, so an 8 for creativity, a 6 for operations, a 9 for track work, a 9 for scenery, an 8 for content, a 10 for size, a 7 for time, 8 for stock and era, a 9 for world, and a 5 for bonus. That's 79. You know, I think I'm going to have to put that point back for operations, because the route is... Oh wait, no. There's a lack of signals. That's right. That's why I did that. 79. 79 it is. Stop beeping at me. Shut up. 79 out of 100. That's still fairly good by my standards. I don't tend to rate routes that highly. I never want to hit, like, the super high cap. Maybe the route deserved a little more points here and there. Maybe it didn't. If you guys think that's something you would have changed. Actually, wait, no. No. Sorry. It does deserve one more point. Because I said if I did not find another Trackwork issue, it would get a 10 for Trackwork. So it has an 80. It has an 80 now. That's a respectable score. It's a very respectable score. And nothing else jumps out at me about Trackwork. Except for that weirdness right there, but that's not a Trackwork thing. Just look at that jitter and try to figure out what the heck is going on. Maybe put a couple signals over here would help. And get rid of the extra levers back there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next week. And if you want me to review your route, feel free to contact me on Skype at bombs321 and talk to me. And if you don't have a route, but you do want one reviewed, you have 10 weeks to work on one. Get to it. Trainman out.